So there have been a lot of US presidents, like 46 or something. I don't know, I'm not counting. This means that there was a first president. This man went by the name of George Washington. But was George Washington the right president for this country at the time? Well, there are 4 categories to determine this: domestic events, foreign affairs, leadership, and precedents. To see if George Washington was the right president at the time, we will analyze the 4 categories and see if he was the right president. In the early 1790s, Alexander Hamilton, the Secretary of State, put a 25% tax on whiskey. When this happened, people got mad. Like, so mad, they would turn green, double in size, and start knocking over buildings. Mad. Okay, maybe not that mad, but still very mad. More like grab guns and start a revolution mad, but still. They had a reason to be mad. The people who this affected most were grain farmers who relied on whiskey to improve their lives. And you see, the grain was better as whiskey than it was as grain for transportation purposes. Of course, no other reason. At first, George Washington wanted to resolve this peacefully, and it was a success. All violence suddenly came to a stop. They all apologized to George Washington and started kissing his boots, is what George Washington wanted to happen. When he sent the negotiators to negotiate, he hoped that the whiskey rebellion would stop, but no. They would not stop. Send the negotiators to negotiate. This will never fail. Mr. President, it failed. Send the local militia to stop them. This will never fail. Mr. President, it failed. Dang it. Fine, I'll do it myself. George Washington then put on his old uniform again and led 12,000 soldiers to crush the rebellion. Hey, stop rebellioning. No. But I have 12,000 people with muskets. Okay, maybe. Cool. George Washington showed that he was capable of crushing rebellions under his boot if he wanted to. This is a not very well known, but still important battle. It shows how in the future the Native Americans will be treated. Before the Revolutionary War, the British had said, "Greetings, you are allowed to maim this lovely territory over here for yourselves. We choose not to seize it from you for the indefinite future." Then America came in and went, "Haha, mine now." But the natives didn't like that, so they said no. They attacked the people settling there, hoping that the British would help them. Haha, I have the British on my side. Whew. Guys, we got him now. Well, joke's on you. I have this really cool bow and arrow. When George Washington heard about this, he said, "Let's try peace, but if that doesn't work, then we'll just shoot them." Totally inexact quote. Peace didn't work. Okay, I get that this is kinda our fault, but General Anthony Wayne, go do the thing. No, the other thing. Fight the natives. Oh, okay. Wayne decided that it would be a good idea if his soldiers had been trained. So, while the peace talks were happening, he trained his soldiers. Wayne also knew that the natives didn't eat before they had a battle, so he sent a message that he was going to attack earlier than he really was, so that the natives would be tired and weak when he really did come. Because, for whatever reason, before a battle, they just stopped eating. He showed up with 4,600 soldiers, and the battle was very fast. The natives retreated to a British fort and asked to be let in. "Can we come into this fort? We're being killed to death." "No." "Why?" "Because we don't want to be killed to death." "Fair point. I'm just gonna go surrender. Bye. Have a nice day." The Native Americans ended up giving most of Ohio to America in the Treaty of Greensville. With all of this, is George Washington able to handle domestic events? I would say yes. In 1793, a man by the name of Edmund Charles Gannett wanted America to help French in the European wars. Come on, please. Again, no. Why not? Neutrality. Harumph. With that, Gannett decided that if George Washington wasn't going to help him, then he would just pay other Americans who would. Harass the Brits. Okay. The American privateers would then mess with the British, and some were told to march into Spanish New Orleans. The British quickly responded by kidnapping Americans and stealing their cargo. Hey, your cargo's mine now. Aw, man. And also, you are now part of the British Navy. Darn it. When Washington heard the news, he was not pleased. Jay, go do the thing. Got it, boss. Mr. President. Nope, not that. The other thing. First General, no, you. Those things haven't even been invented yet. Go do the negotiation thing. Why didn't you just say so? Just go. Okay. So he went, across the 7 seas, scaled the tallest mountains, through the deepest caves, rid on a boat for a week, got seasick, and barfed into the ocean. Finally, he made it to Britain, where he was prepared to negotiate about many things, such as impressment, the Northwest Territory, impressment, trade rights to the West Indies, impressment, a boatload of money, and most importantly of all, and not mentioned previously, impressment. Okay, first, let's talk about impressment. Okay, so, we will pay you for the stuff we stole. Yes, but impressment, you have a lot of debt to pay. You should probably do that. Okay, can we talk about the people you can... Okay. You can trade with the West Indies. Gentlemen, I insist but British has to be your most favorite nation to trade with. Can we please talk about impressment? I think we're all done here. But we didn't talk about impressment. Sorry, can't hear you. Bye. Have a nice day. With that absolute success of a negotiation, Jay returned home to America with the news. Mr. President, I did the thing. You better knock next time. But which thing? The negotiations. When have I ever done any other thing? But you know what? Okay. How did the negotiations go? Great. We got everything. Except impressment. Impressment was the most important thing on the list. Yeah, I know, I'm really good at negotiations, right? But impressment, I should probably get a raise or something. Okay, fine, whatever. George Washington did end up deciding to sign the treaty. However, many people were not happy about this because of the issue that everyone wants fixed, but no one's willing to talk about. Impressment. This area is not perfect, but I would say it's better than nothing, so. A leader needs to have good leadership qualities, because then they wouldn't be a good leader. One quality that George Washington had was his amazing teeth. He brushed every single day. One actual real quality that he had that was good for leading was his desire to stay out of conflict. He did this by trying to stay neutral at all costs. Hey, want to attack Spain? No, but I wanna. We shall remain neutral at all costs. I'm still gonna do it. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. If you try, I'll put you in jail. No, don't put me in jail. Then don't invade Spain. But I want to invade Spain. No, I'm gonna put you in jail. I'm not going to jail. Yes, you are. I'll kick you if you put me in jail. Guards. No. As you can see in this totally 100% real and not fake conversation that was not made up for no reason whatsoever, George Washington wanted to choose neutrality whenever he could. He even made up a reason not to help France in the French Revolution. Can you help us in the revolution? Sorry, no can do. But the treaty you signed, that went with your king's head. Oh, I see. Another leadership quality that George Washington had was his previous military experience. George Washington was the leader of the Continental Army during the American Revolution. One such example was when George Washington crossed the Delaware River on Christmas Eve, catching the British and Hessians off guard and winning the battle. General Washington, what'd you get me for Christmas? We're gonna go fight the British and the Germans. Haha, very funny. Now what did you actually get me? I asked for a boot. No, we're actually going to go across a frozen river and fight the British and the Hessians. This shows George Washington's leadership qualities and how he has the right traits to lead a country. The last category is the precedents that George Washington set. George Washington set many precedents. One precedent that he said was being called Mr. President. Hello, Mr. Washington. That's not my name anymore. My new name is Mr. President. That's a stupid name, but I like it, and I'm the president. Fine. Another precedent that George Washington set was to have a cabinet of advisors. George Washington figured that it would be a good idea to have multiple opinions on different issues that arise within the United States, so he invented the cabinet of advisors. Hamilton! Yes, Mr. President. I need help. I need assistance with being the president. Isn't that what John Adams, the vice president, is for? I need more help. Okay, what do you want? Money. Also, Thomas Jefferson is going to help too. Hate that guy. Watch your mouth. Now, be civil. Washington set up several more precedents, but these are a few of the important ones. Others include only staying in for 2 terms and greeting with just a handshake. However, in all, I think that George Washington was the right person to be president at the time. You guys will never have political parties ever. Throat infection. You want to form political parties? Yeah,